A great way to think of canine body language is as a traffic light system. Green, green flags, go. Amber, calming signals, slow down. Red, red flags, stop. Dogs can't speak in the way that we do. They can only use the form of communication that they know, which is calming signals, warning signals, and body language. Body language indicates how they're feeling. Calming signals are communication to either calm another being down or to calm themselves down in a potentially stressful situation. And warning signals are clear communication for the other being to stop what they are doing. It is often wrongly assumed that warning signals are used to create conflict, but this couldn't be further from the truth. Warning signals are actually used to prevent conflict and to give the other an opportunity to change what they are doing. Humans always seem to think of dogs as competing for some kind of status or win, but generally speaking, dogs don't seek out conflict. It is usually a result of the situation that they have been put in that is the problem.
Due to selective breeding, we now have many different breeds of dog. However, this can come with its challenges when it comes to reading dog body language. For example, a French Bulldog is much harder to read with their stiff erect ears, bulging wide eyes, and a wide front heavy stance. They're also bobtailed, which means there isn't much, if any, wagging going on. And the noises they make through simply trying to breathe can sound like growling and can look like snarling. Whereas to read a Spaniel, for example, they're much easier with their floppy long ears, soft eyes, and a very energetic tail, even if it's been docked.
The 4 F's you need to know about: flirt, freeze, flight, and fight. These 4 F's are used when your dog is feeling uncomfortable in a social situation. They are also known as canine coping strategies.
Flirt, also known as fiddle. This can look like jumping up, spinning around, rolling around, mouthing, excessive, pushy, desperate greetings or play styles. Dogs who flirt are often described as crazy, unruly, and a clown, and their behaviour is described as showing off or playing up. Freeze, also known as learned helplessness. This can look like very slow movements, avoiding eye contact, standing completely still and not interacting with anything. It looks like your dog is trying to be invisible to everyone and everything. This is often, although not always, paired with panting. You may see strong examples of this at the vet when your dog allows everything to happen to them without responding, when they would usually be chaotic or even aggressive. Or you will likely see this on the TV and on social media, where dogs are being trained and they suddenly no longer show the behaviour they once were. Flight. This can look like your dog is trying to make themselves as small as possible. They may tuck their tail under their body, cower close to the ground, and try to move away from the problem. The flight may be as subtle as flicking a look in different directions to find an exit route, or as obvious as running away as fast as they can. Being on lead or in tight spaces often prevents flight from being an option, which will then lead the dog to use one of their other F's, most likely fight. This can look like growling, snarling, showing teeth, snapping, pinning down, or biting. These are directed at another being, or at the nearest person, dog, or item if they can't get to the one causing the problem. This is called redirected aggression.
Displacement behaviour refers to when a dog has a conflict about what to do, when they have 2 different motivations. For example, a dog wants to go and say hello to another dog, but they're frightened of that dog at the same time.
Displacement behaviour can take many different forms and often looks like the sudden need to pay interest to something, such as intently sniffing a blade of grass, excessive licking or scratching of their body, and exaggerated yawning. This may lead you to believe that your dog is choosing to disobey you, particularly if they are conflicted when asked to do something, or is choosing to take a long time to listen or act, but it is normal behaviour that humans also do. Humans show all of the 4 F's and displacement behaviour as part of their repertoire of communication too. Think about when you're nervous. You might start scratching an itch that isn't there, fiddling with a pen, playing with your hair, or looking around for a quick exit route. We also show redirected aggression. If someone or something makes us feel angry or upset, this may get taken out on a loved one at home later on.
If you're interested in learning more about the topic of body language, calming signals and warning signals, I've left links for you in the description.